it is working. I had a delay there, so I thought it was going to break. Morning all, I'm doing another long form video today. I would love to be able to buy some fancy expensive camera to, you know, digital change and all that rubbish, but at the moment that sort of money is better going towards protein powder, food, extra equipment. So yeah, I've done my warm-ups. Today is a pressing day. And yeah, if you did manage any of those other videos I put out, fair play to you. Just hope you liked them, commented, shared, anything. Subscribe, that's the word. Another reason why I'm doing a timing one, a long one, video one, give me a general idea of how long the individual session-y, give me an idea of how long these sessions are lasting. Oh, no. Got the wraps. Got the chalk. I think it is time to purchase more chalk. Definitely reaching that end where you're scraggling for all the bits. A bit more Aussie in the background there. Love it. Absolutely love it. I know I didn't do that video on life stresses or dreams or stuff. That's because I had one of the life stresses yesterday at work. But it wasn't as bad a day as it could have been. But it's because I had a bit of good news and I was focusing on that. Which I think that's the way to go. That is the way to go. 5 weeks out from competition now. All exciting times. Just working out how I'm getting to the event. That's the next one. So it's either going to be see if I've got a mate who wants to do a day of strongman stuff. Drive me down the Hythe and stay the day. It's how to get away from the log. I find the bother at the bottom there. Sort of, yeah, my legs sort of like bow out so I can duck under and under. Alright, where's all the weights? Ah, there you go. Right. It's actually important to make sure you give your legs a bit of a stretch. Regardless of what you're doing. Bear in mind, even if you don't use a bit of leg drive when you're getting the yoke up in the air there, at some point you're crouching down to pick the thing up, so you want a bit of blood around your kneecaps. Oh, that's a good title for the album, that, isn't it? Blood around the kneecaps. Or more importantly, before I start smelling awful, some of that one. As a rule, I don't normally have time to do, well, if I don't have time to do warm-ups of the exercise itself, I like to make sure I've done the banded work for the muscles that are definitely getting tagged the most. That would be, in this case, the shoulders. They get the majority, although the triceps also get a punt, as do the legs, because you've got to get the weight, up there. Yeah. Hopefully things won't change too much, but at the moment, not jinxing myself, it's not been a bad morning so far. However, it's not even made it to 7 yet, so we shall have to soon see. Right, second set. So, when they got those proper crash mats, the long ones, you can just dump it forward. But the crash mats that I'm using at the moment aren't that big, so sort of handmade crash mats. Again, I want to check the proper specs of a crash mat so I can get the right height. I might be wrong, but I think, so I'm using blocks here, I think they're actually a little bit smaller than a proper crash mats. So, I'm going to get that sorted. Yeah, what I'm doing, starting on a lighter weight, so it's a working set, but technically also a warm-up. But we're counting it as a set, so it's a working set. The first two sets were 45, 47 and a half, this is 50, and this is going to be no weight going up from here. So 5 working sets, 3 reps. First initial 3 reps, 3 sets rather, increasing on the weight, and the last 2 after the third, weight's going to stay the same for now. There's an increase in load and an increase in volume, which some people may say is a bit much. However, I did make my first week back really quite light, because I'd had a week of no training at all. I mean, we went swimming, but that was just messing around in the pool, didn't actually do any laps. Wanted to, would have been nice, but playing with the kids, so. My youngest, when she dunked her head for the first time, she didn't stop. It's quite funny. I dunked 200 times. Yeah, that's a better working weight there. However, I don't reckon I've been able to do 5 sets on that weight. So, a couple of first sets, starting lighter, getting heavier. That is a good plan of action for me, anyway. two more. Two more sets, 3. And we're on to the next exercise. Said before, pressing is my weaker point. But I don't know if you did watch the video I put up of the full training session, but I was very happy with the sandbag lift there I done, so felt good. The power stairs or power step, that moved really well. I was quite happy with the deadlift. I was quite happy with the log, even though I am aware in the back of my mind it is by far I would say weaker. No, I would say weaker than the others. But it is what it is. Strap up. Whew. Right, if my maths is any good, this is 4. Yeah, that was alright, not too sad. Yeah, good. I like having Monday as a training day. Start of the week, starts me to go on, all of that rubbish. No, it's not rubbish, it's intentional, it just depends if I'm working got to be in work for 6:30 in the morning, doesn't it? I would say in terms of rest in general between working sets, obviously with the heavier weights you want a bit more time. You don't really want to be doing like a 45-second minute rest between heavier weights. Around the 3 to, anywhere between the 1 to 5 rep range, 1 to 6 rep range. Ideally you want to be looking at least 2 minutes, I think. It all boils down to the individual and how quickly you can recover from set to set. But I'm feeling pretty good at the moment. The next exercise for me is going to be, it's a bit of a concern, but I feel, as I know it's going to be a bit of a concern, I would rather work on it now. Give me an idea what more I'm going to have to be able to do over the next 5 weeks, 4 working weeks, 5th week being a deload probably. I think that's the path I'm going to go down. I really don't want to be having a heavy week the week before the comp. And so that gives me, say, 4 working weeks. Like I say, that first week was in many ways I would put down as a relatively light one. The events day I didn't go too light. I put a bit of work into that, but you sort of sometimes you can undershoot yourself. You've been away for a while, you're thinking, you know, well, where's my levels at? And then you do it, and it's actually like, well, they're not too bad actually. But what you don't want to do is change your program mid-week. Get to the end of your week, see how you feel. If you've got a coach, talk to your coach, say, look, I know you put me on this, this and this, but I'm going to fly through this weight next week. What else can I do? You can increase weight, increase volume. Depends on your own personal experience of your coach. And yeah, no one is the same. Right, next event exercise. Let's take both belts off. Not off, just completely release it so I can breathe between events. Use of 2 belts. Well, I started using an underbelt. It was before I started prepping for my other comp. So, Southeast Strongest. A few months ago now. Because if you've got a pronged belt like I have, depending on the gap between these, you might be on the gap. It's like, say you're there, there's a little bit of air. Say you're there, and it's just too bloody tight. So that was when I started thinking about, oh, underbelt. And obviously it's just anything that helps you breathing and bracing is, you know, I would say pretty much a requirement. Save that chalk. No, I didn't really save that chalk. Went anywhere. Right. Next exercise is single armed neutral grip overhead press. On the day of the comp, pressing medley. Starts with an axle, then it goes on to a dual hex barbells, I do believe, but I don't have any hex barbells. Dumbbells. So I'm having to recreate what I can with what I can, and the best I got is standard loadable dumbbell. Previous week, I think I've done something like 10 keys. The day of the comp is 25 keys each arm, and yeah, you got to listen to your body, and I just figured just felt so light. So we're gonna up the game a bit this week. If it doesn't work, we'll take the weight down. But let's just say let's just say it doesn't work, I'm going to feel a little bit, why didn't I push it harder? I don't think it's going to work doing that way. I'm going to have to do it this way. Yeah, I have to do it that way. I suppose maybe the risk is always I've got my barbell hung up there. So if I do this face on, there's a chance of whacking the dumbbell. We'll try. However, we might not, no offence. Sure you'll understand. Restricted access. Space, rather. I could technically hook up the phone there, but it is effort. Phone's charging. Now it's going to whack into it. If I have the proper size. No jacking around. Crack on with it. Just thought of something, but not now. Later. Next week, maybe. Working on the strength of how this weight moves. Potentially next week. That might work. That will make sense in a minute. How are we doing for time? Good. Yeah, that felt really good. Woo. Yeah. I'll try it this side next. I might well, you know. Didn't put my wraps on, but the fact that I didn't realise it and it still moved pretty smooth is all good signs. This is 3 sets with 5 reps. So because we're in that 5-bit rest range, but again it depends on how smooth it feels. And that felt really smooth, so give it a maybe when we're at the 25-minute mark, which is 15 seconds away, so it won't be then. Right, I'm going to strap up this time. Which reminds me of Labyrinth, this song. Yeah. Yeah, it does. If you've all seen Labyrinth, or if any of you have seen Labyrinth, drop it in the comments, tell me what you think. Personally, for me, it is a gem. Not just of the 80s, but in general, it is a gem of a film. Beautiful. Wonderfully shot. Jim Henson puppetry. David Bowie. Come on. You ask for much more, could you? Ladies, if you've seen the film, you know what I mean. Or blokes, whichever. Woo. Felt better. That said, I could tell it was the second working set, so I'm going to keep facing that way. Because started, so I'll finish. And I do have a concern that I'm a bit too close to the barbell on the top of the rack. It will whack it. If it does, it could knock the barbell itself off. So I'm going to play it safe and face that way. Whew. Right, so with the heavier reps, I'd say you need to do your best to be aware of your rest times. Running low on the HTO. Get that sorted soon. The bulk of the time in my sessions is made up of those first two exercises. First exercise is 5 sets, 3 reps, longer rest periods, followed by 3 sets of 5, again longer rest periods. When I'm on my assistant stuff, I'm pretty much counting in my head how the time is. I should get one of them, fancy clocks, beeps when the time's running out. But again, money. Whew. So we have the final set of 5 coming up. Alright, let's do it. almost feel that being a problem for me come comp day. Obviously at the moment I'm picking up one from the centre, and the comp day it's going to be either side, so might have to try and practice lifting them from the sides as opposed to in the middle, which may be a problem. Which will be a big pain in the Jackie if that happens, because I'm confident with the axle before it, I'm confident with the log after it. It's that one in the middle of it has got me a bit squeaky bummed. Right, I shall return. Oh, you alright? Good girl. Where is what? Oh dear. My youngest is balancing on her skateboard, and then just heard it go. Shoo. You okay? I'm okay. She couldn't find the skateboard because it had slid underneath the kitchen table, which is actually a dining room table. We haven't got a kitchen. We've got a kitchen, but we've got a small kitchen. I'm a madman. Right, now if I stand here, I probably won't whack my thing there. If I stand here, I probably won't whack the log. Right, now this is assistant stuff now, so we're going to be moving a bit quicker, less rest periods. Whether I've used straps or not. I think we'll go with not to start with, see how it feels. But if I feel like I should really strap, I'll put on my straps. alternate rather than both at the same time. Haven't got enough clips. When we were nearly going to move, I was like, right, just bare minimum everything I need, including clips. So, do one at a time. The only issue with that is if your count is off. I'll have to do the grunty counts on the next rep. That's it. Again, with the assistance, if you're time counting yourself, there's a strong chance your rest is going to be a little bit shorter than a full minute, especially if you're talking. I feel like it's been a minute though, or close to it, so, right, yeah, grunty talk. That's grunty counting. Right. But there's one more set, and let's have a look at the time. 38 on the dot. So when it's 38:50, maybe. Nearing the end of the record album. Felt that though, you feel that? And that's my 3 of 3, 3 of 3, 3 of 10. Whew. I remember that because the first time I done it, I didn't do the count. Second time I done the grunty count. And I done it again, I believe, with the grunty count. Yeah, because I remember specifying it was a grunty count before checking the time. Now, I didn't check the time properly after the first set. I did check the time after the second. This is the third. There we go. Got to question yourself. Right. Give me some reared out flies now. So, reverse flies, whatever you want to call it. So you won't be seeing that because you'll just see me from this angle, which is not my best. However, Instead of doing one-handed elbows, I'm going to use the 10 key discs. Fly with them like so. However, I'm having a drink before any of that. Roll on October, a lot happening. Reset. Whew. 43.50. I may not do the. Yeah, I will. You'll see the cable bits, you just won't see what I'm lifting. I'm unsure of the weight, but last time I flipped pages to look on my thingamabob, it went off, so I'll have to do a bit of guesstimating. I might just do this. Yeah. So I just planning. Right. What if I tell you? Starting to clear all breakfast now. That'll make sense later. I won't do another video on top of this video. I'll do another video later. I should remember today, I haven't got work. It's early morning. If I forget today, I haven't got work tomorrow. Done a little bit of unnecessary shrug add-ons there, just because of the wonderful things he does. Right, here we go. So, just some tricep work now, supersetted with some upper shoulder rhomboidy trap exercise, whatever you want to call it. Gonna do push downs, straight followed, supersetty style, with some high cable pull things. It's not cooperating. Need to find all my things. Found it. I'll move the log out of the way so it doesn't. Oh, rats. Move the axle out of the way as well. Oh, yeah. Right, so where are we at? 49. Right, yeah. Obviously, it's roughly around about an hour. Just over that my sessions take. Depending on the day, I'll be honest. And, yeah, unfortunately, depending on work, I do my best, but 4:30 is a bloody early time to be up. Warming up, make sure it's in the rightish spot. Oh, it's swinging. Wax the back of the wall. Right, just needs a little paint job, it'll be fine. Right, yeah, so do this. And some hanging knee raises. I don't know if you need to see me doing them or not, to be honest. I'll do it anyway, why not? It's only going to add an extra few minutes to the video. yeah, well, I superset that because I do like to get some, the upper back's getting, the upper back, my tricep areas, getting a bit of a kick in on my shoulder days. Yeah, I think another reason why days, if you're doing unilateral work, it's going to add like an extra couple of minutes to your session, which 3, 4, maybe even 5, when you allow for rest, because you do something with one arm, pause, do with the other arm. So it takes you essentially twice the time to get your 5s, 10, whatever reps up. So obviously at the moment I've got 2 unilateral exercises on this day. That's the standing overhead neutral grippy pressy thing, and my lateral raise. So even now I feel like I need to even it out. Right. Better get on with this. I can hear a possible confrontation. The only slight issue doing this is I'm almost certain I can do a rope pull, whatever, heavier than what I tricep push down. But that said, tomorrow's deadlift day, and I do a little bit of trap work then as well. So not loads, just a little bit. Can't deny the bonus of a strong upper back and strongman. Obviously, if you could be strong from the bottom, which in this case we're talking neck to the calves, feet, that is what you are genuinely looking for. Looking up. Time to put some more bag in the sandbag. If you watch that video, I'd still say it's 105-ish because I haven't got an exact number on it, but it was 105-ish, and then I put about another scoop's worth of sand in there, so 106, maybe 107-ish. That said, there's still room in the bag, so there's obviously not quite full yet, but it's getting heavier. Right. Boom. 26. 56. Without the allowing, if the unilateral work was in fact dualed, probably looking at somewhere between, I was going to say somewhere between 5 and 10. That's quite a gap. But I reckon a potential 10. Whew. Right. I'd like to get some of them like rope hooks you can get, so you sort of hand in there while you're not dangling. But again, it's not an essential. I'd rather save up for some hex dumbbells first. Alright. Oh, 58. Will we last the video without it getting struck off? But I think it wasn't struck off because of the page changing. I think it might have been because it went over an hour. I don't know. Right. Very short rests with ab work. $59.10. I'm going to kill it off now because you never know. Right, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I'm not working tomorrow, so I'll probably do this again tomorrow and we'll see if it keeps it under an hour. So, keep strong, keep happy, keep healthy, and ta-da.